Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of Same Page, Different Books. I'm Josh.
And I'm Tyler.
And today we are going to be talking about what's actually worth arguing about. You know, there are some interesting human beings out there that love to say a lot or not say it all. That's cool. And some people just have a hard time communicating what they feel. But let's get into it. First, what's the dumbest argument you've ever had?
Oh man, I probably had a lot of dumb arguments. One time I tried to tell two people that were from upstate New York that Albany wasn't in upstate New York. That was very dumb on my part.
I think they got you with that.
Yeah.
They got you. See, okay, I like that one. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't even know what I was like thinking about in that moment, but I was like pretty convinced. It didn't last very long, but I definitely like held my ground for longer than I should have. You know.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm guessing. I kind of know what you meant though with it. You were probably saying like, oh, like Buffalo is considered upstate, or like something like
Buffalo,
that. There's
Rochester is like.
Exactly.
I'm thinking like west.
Yeah,
Is more
and they're
upstate.
probably thinking like, well, it is upstate New York, but who needs their logic? I'm with you.
Thank you.
Some of the things I think about, I mean, it's like dumb arguments like, you left the toilet seat up. No, I didn't. That was you. Or, you didn't close this all the way. Or you said you were going to bring this. Oh, I did. You just finished it. Stuff like that. There are like all like those silly arguments. I have a bunch of those, but like super dumb ones. All the things that are super dumb to argue about, low-key, I stand on it. I don't think they're stupid or dumb. So maybe that's a me thing. Not to say that I love arguing, because I don't like that. But I think going back and forth is important in a friendship and relationship to a certain degree.
Yeah, I feel like most of my dumb arguments end up being like just funny and fun.
You just laugh right after.
Right.
It's never that serious.
And then I forget about what we were even arguing about.
Well, kind of goes into the next one is, should every disagreement actually be talked through?
I mean, I'm not huge into conflict, so my answer would be no. I think some stuff you just kind of gotta get over, and for the peace of yourself and others, it's just sometimes easier not to get into an argument, especially with certain people. And like we said, some dumb stuff is just not worth.
Yeah, I think I would lean more yes than no, where if it bothers you, you should speak up on it, because conflict, which is uncomfortable, I think is an opportunity to create intimacy and get closer with somebody. So if we're beefing or disagreeing about anything, I'd rather we talk it out and then we get closer after than be silent and let it linger. And then that can build some like resentment or like unwarranted anger or frustration. Don't really want that. But some things, like you said, are just like so stupid and small that like you just realize, what's more important, being right and losing them, or just like letting them have it when it's just not that deep? So like sometimes I think to myself, would I rather win or lose them? I'd rather keep them. So I'll just stop. And it's never truly that deep. Next, is it ever okay to go to bed angry?
I mean, I would say no. It's definitely happened for sure. But like since I was a child, that was something my parents always said. It's like, you're never allowed to go to bed angry. You always, if you're upset with someone, you have a conversation with them before and like kind of resolve it. So I try to do that, but sometimes the person's not there, or you're just angry about something that's not like resolvable, I guess.
I 100% agree. I think if it's like you can't resolve it because there's no other person involved besides you, you just go sleep.
Yeah.
But like if it's like me and like a friend or anybody like going back and forth, I think you should talk it out and handle it. I think there's only one situation where, or one dynamic where you just go to sleep and talk about it in the morning. And I think that's where alcohol is involved. Because even if you are tipsy or drunk, I think there's no way you're going to have a productive conversation compared to if you were sober in a right state of mind. So I think that's the only case. But besides that, yeah, talk it out. I don't like the idea of going to sleep angry. Like you were able to have a happy dream when we were fighting, and then you're gonna wake up smiling when somebody's upset. Nah, talk it out. Anything else you want to add?
I was just gonna say that like I'm kind of glad my parents didn't add in that asterisk about like being drunk. It's okay to be angry. I feel like that was very like
I don't. Yeah, thank God.
Child rated.
Yeah, very good. I mean, hopefully, like when you're usually like I feel like when people are drunk. I mean, hopefully, I'm hopeful with those words. It's like not super deep or super serious, where it's like something stupid over like you didn't throw away the trash, and I smell it. I promise you, I did. Like, if it was something silly like that, that's cool. But the serious ones, I don't love that. But hopefully,
getting accomplished.
Yeah, nothing's getting accomplished usually with all of that. Next is, what's one hill you'll always die on?
The 6-7 meme thing that like every child in the world seems to do. Might be like my most irritating ick ever, and it
Like,
makes
that's
me
something
feel
you would
so
argue
like
about?
old. Yeah, like it like irks me so much to have people do that in front of me.
It bothers me too.
Especially like people over the age. I don't know where I want to draw this line. Maybe like 18. We'll go 18. If you're an adult and you do the 6-7 thing, I lose like a half percentage point of respect for you.
I think there are exceptions. Like if you're like working with kids or you're catering to the kids, I think that's okay. But if you're doing it around other adults,
if kids are doing it around you, you should not do it back in response.
Sometimes you have to like.
No, there is no after.
Sometimes you have to be a chameleon and blend in.
This is what I'm telling you. This is
base.
the hill that I'm gonna die on. Okay. You don't need that piece of camouflage. There's plenty of other cover.
That is very true. Okay, I respect that hill to die on. For me, I think mine are probably a little bit more serious. I'm not gonna lie.
I tried to pick a fun one.
I mean, you picked a fun one. I don't have any fun hills to die on. All mine are serious.
Yeah, but you said all your dumb arguments you stand on. You don't think they're dumb.
Yeah, but usually it ends with like us laughing. So then I just like out of sight, out of mind. It's not that deep. It doesn't stick with me. Some are what people would consider dumb, but for me, they're all serious. Like hills that I would die on. Like if someone says like some negative things about like my family or my friends or anything like that, even if they're in the wrong, I'm sorry. Like I have no problem pointing
like family first.
Yeah, like I have friends. Like I have no problem if someone says like, oh, like your friend sucks because they did this, and this. You got me. Like you're not wrong, but I'll be like. But that's kind of unfair to like pinpoint one thing that they're doing when like they've shown consistently that they're a very good person. Because like I think we are more than like one mistake that we make. If it's consistent, then best believe I'm in agreement with you. Or that person is not a friend anymore. They're more of an acquaintance, not an enemy. I want them to eat, just not at my table type. Where I just give them some space. There are some friends. One that we just talked about not too long ago. Where they're arm's length right now for me. But so friends and family will die on that hill in terms of defending them. Also, like Drake, you can't say anything negative about him. I mean, that's family. Like low key, don't hit me with Kendrick, nah.
Did you like his new album?
Loved it. All three of them loved it.
I kind of forgot you put 3 of them. I don't think I've listened to any of them.
It's amazing. I'll send some songs to you. I promise. Also, anything like. Any type of harm or stuff towards kids, not to get extremely controversial, it's really hard for me to defend. Like, me and Nicole were talking about like some case where like some woman, she was going through a bunch of stuff like psychologically. Feel really bad for her on that end, but I don't know if we talk about this on YouTube, like, because this will get posted on YouTube, but she did some negative things towards her kids. And regardless of the stuff mentally going on, I have no sympathy for anyone that does anything bad towards kids. Really towards anyone, but specifically towards kids. Nah. So I will die on that hill. Even if, like, other people, like, when she was showing me on TikTok, like, their comments where there's like, oh, but, like, she was going through this. I'm sorry.
What's your line for bad?
Like any type of abuse towards anyone. I mean, really, kids will really, like, kids is where, like they say it in One Piece, low key. Like, I think the author said something where it's just like the biggest weakness for like most of the main characters, or most of the characters, is like children. Like, even though a lot of people that passed away, it's because like they're defending a child or like a kid that was like their kid.
Right.
That's kind of similar how I view it, where it's like any type of abuse where it's like verbal, physical, anything like that, can't rock with it. Some things I understand if it's just like you're trying to discipline your kid and you're just like, don't do this, and you're trying to help them, cool. But if it's like certain things where it's like a little too much, yeah, I'll die on that hill. Nah.
I think most people would be on that hill with you.
I mean, some try to make exceptions to the rule, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll die on this hill, and I'm glad there were a couple others on that hill.
I think it's more than a couple. I think that the majority would be on that hill. I think it's the minority that
I agree.
Try and change the rules.
I'll tell you the details after this episode.
Okay.
We'll leave it for Just Us.
Okay.
And last but not least, how do you know when something isn't worth arguing about anymore?
I mean, I think there's probably a couple reasons out there. The first one that came to my mind would be like when you've made your point and it's clear that the person has not listened to anything that you've said. Like, you've given your response and what you feel is like a well thought out argument and point of view, and their response or their rebuttal like doesn't actually address any of the things that you stated or said. Because a lot of times, people just listen to know when their cue is to respond versus listening to actually hear what's being said. And so I think like you can learn very quickly in an argument whether or not you're actually being listened to, whether or not you're being heard, and like that I think is a key moment where like if you're not, shut it down. Like, there's no point in continuing, because what are you doing there? Like, you might as well go talk to the wall at that point. Be just as productive. So
you nailed it. For me, it's three scenarios where this isn't. Well, let me remember the question. How do you know when something isn't worth arguing about anymore? You nailed one of the three for me. Where if you're listening to respond and not to actually hear, what am I doing? I'm wasting my breath. I'm wasting my time. I need my money back. I don't eat paper and $10 bills like we've said before, but I can't get my time, energy back. So that'll piss me off, where I'm just going to be like, nah. So that's one. Nailed it for me. Second one, it's kind of similar to the first one. We're just going in circles, where it's like I'm so firm in the sand on where I stand and you are as well, where I'm just like, we're just going to have to agree to disagree. And I'm cool with that. And then third is when I don't care anymore, which is the worst thing, because once I don't care, I leave. Like, whether that's friendship, relationship, I can't. Or if I'm tired, not like physically tired, where like I'm emotionally tired, and that's when I don't care. Where it's just like if we're going back and forth over stuff that's simple, or even stuff that's similar, and I feel like I'm not being heard, or like there's no way like we can resolve anything. Like, I have no problem now with like arguing or just having any type of conflict if at the end of saying I'm bothered by this from me or from them or anyone, there's like them or me having some type of say of trying to resolve it or a solution for things to get better. If I don't hear that, then I'm just like, so you just wanted to complain to me about what I'm doing and tell me I'm a terrible person, which maybe what I'm doing is terrible and hurting you, but that's not my intention. And I'd rather you say, this hurts me, it would make me feel better if you did this. Cool. Or if I say like, I'm sorry, and even if they're not even there, but they just say that something bothers them or hurts them, that's already pretty big, because sometimes it's hard for people to say what hurts them or bothers them. I'm cool if you tell me that, and I'll say, okay, I'll work on this. And then if I say I'm going to do this to like resolve it, and they just instantly like shit on it and say like, oh no, like you're still doing this and it hurts, and I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to come up with a solution. You're not liking my solution, and you're not contributing to the conversation for this to be resolved so you can feel better. Maybe it's deeper, where you just don't want to be with me, or you don't want to be friends with me anymore, or you just want to be mad because it's easy for you to get into this state. If that's the case, I'm just gonna take my space and walk away. I don't like walking away, but I will if I have to. So, I mean, that's how I deal with arguments. I mean, I'd rather talk it out. Worst case scenario, which is the last resort, I have to walk away.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. I guess you guys have to think about what's worth arguing about, where you draw the line, if you're willing to stay, leave, how you can resolve things, solutions, all of it. But I hope it works out for you. Hopefully you're able to get through the conflict, build some intimacy with people you like and care about. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.